Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more emotional, cinematic real-life stories that touch your heart and stay in your mind long after the video ends. Now, let's begin. Aria Lawson had always believed she understood the rhythm of her marriage. She trusted its foundation the way one trusts the slow rise of the sun each morning, steady, familiar, unchanging. But lately something felt off. Not loud, not obvious. Just a quiet shift beneath the surface, like the subtle pull of an unseen tide. She and her husband, Noah Lawson, lived in a quiet suburban Oregon neighborhood, where the scent of pine drifted through morning air and evenings hummed with soft whispers of passing cars. But the peaceful world around them could no longer mask the storm brewing inside their home. Aria felt it first in the small moments, the places where love used to live effortlessly. The way Noah paused before answering her. The way he smiled, but the warmth didn't quite reach his eyes. The way his hand brushed hers like muscle memory, not connection. Their life still functioned. Bills paid, meals cooked, routines followed. From the outside, everything looked perfectly intact. But inside that house, Aria felt a distance widening, a gap she didn't know how to name, much less cross. And the worst part? Noah had given her no explanation. He wasn't angry. He wasn't distant in a dramatic way. He wasn't blaming her for anything. Instead, he carried a strange softness, one that grew heavier every day. A softness that felt like longing wrapped in silence. A softness that made her wonder what he was holding inside. Every time she caught him watching her, that quiet, almost hopeful expression tugged at her heart. As if he wanted something. As if he was waiting for something. As if he wasn't sure he had the right to ask for it. Aria tried to reassure herself. Maybe marriages just go through phases, she whispered to herself during late-night dishwashing sessions. Maybe routine dulls even the strongest flames. Maybe things will go back to normal. But deep inside, where honesty lived, she feared the truth. She was afraid to ask Noah what he was feeling, because she was terrified she wouldn't be ready for the answer. While Aria tried to drown her worries in routine, Noah had reached a breaking point of his own. For months, something inside him had been tightening, sharpening, growing heavier. A quiet ache that pressed harder each time he looked at Aria, and wondered if she still felt the same depth of companionship they once shared. It wasn't drama. It wasn't anger. It wasn't resentment. It was the clean, painful clarity of realizing their silence was slowly becoming a wall. Noah didn't want to hurt her. He didn't want to pressure her. He didn't want to say the wrong thing. So he waited, hoping the right moment would appear like a sign. That moment finally arrived on a chilly October evening. The sky had turned a steel gray, the kind that warned of winter's approach. Rain poured down like sheets of glass breaking against the windows. The world outside looked cold and blurred, but inside their living room, the lamp cast a warm yellow glow. Aria sat curled on the couch with a magazine. She wasn't really reading. Her eyes skimmed lines of text, but her mind was 1,000 miles away. Across the room, Noah stood near the window, his silhouette outlined by the storm. He watched the rain, but his thoughts were on Aria. Silence filled the room. Not a peaceful silence, but one heavy enough to press against the walls. When Aria finally looked up, she found Noah already watching her. But tonight his eyes held something different. Something steady. Something decided. Her breath caught. She sat up straighter without meaning to. Noah walked toward her, slow but purposeful, and sat beside her. Close enough for her to feel the heat radiating off him. Close enough to remind her of the man she once felt completely safe with. When he reached for her hand, she felt a tremble. Noah never trembled. "Aria," he said, his voice low and steady despite the tension in his shoulders. "There's something I've been needing to tell you." A single sentence. Enough to make her heart jump. Enough to confirm the fear she'd been carrying for months. The storm outside filled the silence between them. Rain tapping against glass. Wind brushing the house like a restless spirit. Noah's jaw tightened. His fingers laced with hers. His eyes searched her face like it was the first time in years he had allowed himself to really look at her. "I've been carrying a wish," he finally said. "One I haven't known how to say out loud." Aria's breath stilled. A wish. Not a complaint. Not a blame. Not a confession. A wish. He continued, voice softer now, as if the words were fragile. I miss us, Arya. I miss the version of us that felt alive. The version that talked until sunrise, that laughed without keeping score, that trusted without hesitation. I want us to find our way back. I want to choose you again, like the first day I fell in love with you. The words didn't break her heart. They melted it, reshaped it, made it throb with a kind of aching tenderness she hadn't felt in months. Arya stared at him, absorbing every syllable. She saw the lines on his face she'd been too busy, or too afraid to notice. She saw vulnerability shining through him like a crack of warm light. And suddenly, all her fears, all her doubts, all her emotional distance, fell away. I miss you too, she whispered. And the moment she said it, relief washed over both of them, like their hearts could finally breathe again. Noah moved closer. Their shoulders touched. Their fingers wove together naturally this time. Silence filled the room again. But this time it felt warm, full, alive. Just when their hearts aligned, when the air felt charged with possibility, a sharp knock tore through the house. Bam, bam, bam. Arya jolted. Noah stiffened. The storm had intensified outside. Rain slammed against the windows. Wind howled around the edges of the house. No one ever visited them at this hour. Certainly not in weather like this. The knock came again, louder, urgent. Arya rose slowly, Noah behind her, both of them tense. Her heart was still tangled in the emotions Noah had just spilled. And now this unexpected interruption felt like fate testing them. Hand trembling slightly, she reached for the doorknob. And in that suspended breath before she opened it, Arya felt a strange certainty settle into her chest. Whatever waited on the other side of this door would change their night and their marriage forever.